Hey guys, welcome to Kabo TV, episode number 12. Today on this series of Kabo TV, we're going to be talking about cold calling. I had a great conversation to a mate of mine about this, so sit tight and I'll be back in just a moment to tell you guys all about it. Hi guys, welcome back to episode number 12 of Kabo TV. Talking about cold calling. In the promo, I was talking about a great mate of mine was discussing on the phone with me about using his VA about cold calling, ringing up businesses, selling his product. He was discussing with me about how he was going to get the VA just to ring up out of the blue and sell his product. And that made me come to think that I thought that was a really bad decision. He asked me, what did you think? And I said, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And he said, why? I said, well look, why would you do that? It would turn me off within a second. I get 1 million calls a day, every day within inside my business. I get people trying to sell me SEO, advertising, all kinds of things. They ring up and the first thing they ask me, are you the business owner? Are you the person that makes the marketing decisions within inside your business? The first second someone says that to me, I switch off like that. And I believe that anyone that does that puts a bad taste in my mouth. That's like going to a restaurant. It's like putting a plate of food in front of me and I cut something and put it in my mouth and I just think, that tastes terrible. I put it down, I walk out, I would never come back. I would never ever come back into that restaurant. I would tell everyone not to go to that restaurant. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth. Why would I do that? Why would I ring another business up and try to sell my service or my product and do that as a cold call? I would never do that. And I explained to him, I said, you're mad. I go, you're absolutely mad. You're better off doing it a different way. I said, you're better off ringing 5 businesses and doing it correctly than ringing up 1,000 during the day and burning the whole lot of them. So I sat down with him for about 20 minutes and explained to him the way I would do it, and I would do it in such a way that I would do quality instead of quantity. And that's why I thought I would talk about it a little bit in this episode 12 of Kabo TV. Now these are not in any specific order, but I thought I would just go through a few hints and tips on the way that I would do it. Now obviously you have to find your niche in what you want to do when you cold call. Obviously if you're selling a service or a product, you just don't go bang and ring everyone. Obviously, even if you're going to smallen down your niche or your market, you need to really narrow it down and take some time to study what you're trying to sell, who you're trying to sell it to, your service or your product. So try to really narrow that down. Before ringing, investigate who you're ringing, okay? Nothing worse than getting a phone call. You know what it's like when someone just rings out of the blue and they haven't even investigated who you are, what you do, how you roll, how many staff you've got, how long you've been in business, who's the director, who's the owner, how many staff they've got. They make calculated guesses. If someone rings me up, at least out of the blue, and has made a conscious effort to find a little bit about who I am and my business, well, I'll give them the time of day. So cold calling, if someone's done that, I will at least give them an opportunity to speak to me. So think about that one when you cold call, okay? Find out who to talk to. Don't just ring up and ask for the business owner or the marketing manager. Find out a name, a director, okay? That might just give you that in, okay? Another time when cold calling is solve a problem, okay? Don't sell them something. Solve a problem they might have with inside the business that you offer, okay? So, say for instance, SEO. Like a lot of people will ring up for me, it's a big thing. Oh, we sell SEO, so we can get you to #1. We can do this, we can do that. Well, that's fine and dandy. Everyone can do that. But make a conscious effort to say, well, wait a minute, we had a look at your site and we can see you're on page 4 or page 3 and we looked at here and we looked at there. They've made a conscious effort to have a look. Now, they probably won't sell me a service. They might say, well, wait a minute, if you did this and did this, you know that you could probably get here. They haven't sold me anything yet. They've tried to help and solve a problem for me. Okay, so they haven't sold me anything yet. Okay, so they haven't left a bad taste in my mouth. Okay, so they've left that door open for me. Okay, don't sell anything. As I said, that's the same thing. Don't sell anything on the first call. Okay, a lot of people try to crunch on that first call. That's the first call and the first sign of contact. Okay, all right. So that's another thing too. Make a relationship on that first sign of call. Okay, try to build the relationship. Don't try to sell on the first call. Don't be the crunch sale. You know, those days are over where you go and have a call center with 50,000 people trying to get the one sale for the day. Those days are over. You know what I mean? Quality, not quantity. Okay? Another thing too is build that relationship, follow up email. Okay? You got to remember, everyone will have a buying cycle. Okay? Once you got your niche, okay, it's like when you get your car serviced. Okay? You mightn't get your car serviced every 6 months. If you make that initial contact, you might have made that initial contact when you had your car serviced only a week ago, so they might have to wait another 5 months until they get their car serviced again. Okay, so you might have to make contact over the next 3 or 4 times before that buying cycle comes again. So what a lot of people do is when they cold call, they expect a crunch, they leave a bad taste in people's mouths, they'll never use you again, they've dropped you. But if you give them some free information on some up and coming specials, or, you know, maybe saying, you know, if you pump your tyres up to a certain pressure that, you know, you'll get some more wear and tear out of them, some free information, that they'll come back. They might use your service, you know. So cold calling is now a bit of an art. It's not a pressure tactic, okay? Still can work with inside your business. So I sat down with my mate, and instead of saying with the VA that he was using to pressure tactics and just hammer calls and bang, 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 we looked at a little bit of plan of attack, and we did a little bit of a quality, not quantity. And anyway, he rang me back after a week and a half, and he's made some great inroads and made some great sales and really started to narrow it down. So cold calling can still work. So little hints and tips there, and look, there's plenty out there, but just have a look at it. Think about it. Think about when people ring you that you get turned off. Think about the people that ring you that you think to yourself, yeah, I'll give this guy a person or people a go. Think about the signals that you feel that you get from them that make you think, oh, I'll give these people a go. Okay, so cold calling, think about it. So when you ring a customer, think about these little things. Okay, think about the steps that you can make to make sure that you can leave that door open, so when their buying cycle comes around and that you're still there, hopefully to get a sale or sell your service. Okay, so hopefully this little video has helped on cold calling. We'll see you guys on episode 13 of Kabo TV.